Hello, my darlings. Hope you're all doing well. Blush Lily here. Welcome to this wax reading where we're going to be taking a look at who you guys are going to marry. So, unlike the readings that I was doing before, in this one we're going to have two options. So, this is option number 1 with this candle and this bowl, and this is option number 2 with this candle and this bowl. See which one you're most drawn to. Don't overthink it. Whichever one was calling out to you, that's the right one for you. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. My lovely option number 1. Hi and welcome to your reading, darlings. Get comfy. Let's do a little bit of an energy check-in so you guys can make sure that this is the right reading for you. I really feel drawn to tell somebody to get more comfortable. Not just right now, but overall in your life. Like, I just want to let you know that it's okay for you to be comfortable. It's okay for you to be a little bit more uncomfortable for others and comfortable for yourself. Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say. 7 of Swords. 8 of Pentacles. 3 of Cups. So you might be stuck at this particular moment when we're talking about work, when we're talking about things that have to do with progress. It feels like you're working with people who are very two-faced. You might even be, again, and they're bringing me back to this energy of not being comfortable. It's as if you have to be in this really small space or toxic space or emotionally in a space where you have to really contain yourself. And at this moment, you might not be necessarily seeing a way out. It could be that you're being pushed out by somebody, I want to say, like kind of ganging up on you. It's as if either you feel that way or it's actually happening in reality, as if people are planning something against you. As if you're being pushed out of some sort of community when we're talking about work. And like people, they go for a coffee together or they go for lunch together, and you're stuck there kind of working. And then you might be getting blamed for something that you didn't do, or something that's a semi-truth being presented as the truth. But right now you might be in this position where you're stuck. Like, you need this job, you need those people. This could also be about the people that you're living with. Maybe your flatmates, your housemates. Maybe for some of you, your family. Also, at this moment in time, you might feel like the best things that could happen to you, they're in the past. You might be going through some sort of breakup or a difficult period here with the 10 of Swords. Your mind, it's kind of... hold on a second. It's a little bit difficult. Yeah. Right now you're overcome with a lot of pessimistic thoughts, and at times you're like, I don't even want to think about things, because you end up giving yourself more anxiety, you end up giving yourself more things to worry about. It's a little bit too much. Also, there's some sort of proposition over here, either from a person, or the situation is built in a way that it's kind of like Sophie's choice. Like, you have to make a choice, but there isn't really a choice. You're more in the pessimistic vibe at this particular moment, but it kind of comes and goes. So it's not completely set. It comes and goes, because here with the energy of the sun, you're kind of telling yourself that, you know what, something good is meant to happen after all the shit that I've been through. But you keep on coming back in your head with your emotions to the ruins of something. You keep going back to a situation that's hurtful, and it's as if you're bringing that hurt into the present as well. Might be struggling with money or feeling of lack of home. Because with the energy of the Five of Pentacles and the Hangman, it's as if you're stuck in some sort of situation that you thought was going to be over by now. You really thought that way. And you feel like it's been going on for way too long. For way too long. You're like, okay, well, this situation was supposed to be over by now. Why on earth is it still here? Why is it still happening? Also, for some of you, you keep on wondering if the person from the past or the person that the relationship might not have worked out with, you're wondering, if this was your person, if this was the person that you're meant to be with. For some of you, you might be in a relationship when you're not necessarily fulfilled. Maybe you're in a relationship because there are children involved, or it's something that has to do with relationship dynamic that was, I want to say, given to you as a perfect example when you were younger, but that relationship dynamic is destroying you. But I will tell you this, my darlings. If this is resonating with you, I will tell you that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not the train coming your way. I think that joke is like as old as I am. Anyways, but it is what it is. I just want to lighten the mood a little bit over here because the Empress came through with the Emperor. And I will tell you for sure that if you are wondering if this person even exists, the answer is yes. And as a matter of fact, you might be closer to one another than you think. The meeting is closer, the getting together is closer. What I like over here is the Empress, the feminine aspect of this particular relationship. She is going more into the energy of attracting rather than chasing. She is ready. And the Emperor is I almost want to say, okay, let me just check the camera to make sure that you can see. Yes, you can. So here's the Emperor, the masculine. And he is, I want to say, there's the village. And then there's you. And you know what? Oh my God, I put in some like really warm water and I have this warmth coming from the bowl. So it's this energy, despite that there's winter over here, the energy of warmth that's coming from your relationship, that's coming from your connection. And you might be thinking, okay, how the hell is he going to find me, this Emperor? It's dark. It's cold. There's so many other houses. But you see, your person has got this beautiful wand. And this is not just an ordinary wand. This is not just an ordinary torchlight, yeah? This has some sort of magic in it. And this person is looking for you. He's going to find just the right house, just the right woman, just the right man, yeah? If you're into same gender relationship, translate it how you need to. But you know what I mean. The one person that's meant to be with the other person will find it. And the masculine over here is more active. And I do feel, for some of you, maybe you've been doing some sort of rituals, some sort of mantras, some sort of magic that's coming through over here, and it's beautiful. If that sounds like you, if that is resonating with you, my darlings, this reading is for you. Keep on watching. Let me just make sure. As usual, try not to think about anything or anyone right now. Okay, let's see. Who will you marry? And they're telling me that this energy of the Ten of Swords that I was talking about in your energy check-in is actually going to go away. And it feels like this energy is going to be finalized for some of you guys within 1 to 2 weeks. Maximum over here, what I'm seeing, 1 to 2 months. What I'm seeing is preparations. Preparations for what? I don't know if you can see the smiley face. Okay, guys, I don't know if you wear some sort of necklaces, especially something that has to do with round beads, maybe pearls. But for quite a few of you, the day you meet your future spouse, there's something about wearing a beaded necklace, maybe pearls. And you are going to be preparing for something. On the day you meet your future spouse, you're putting extra effort into your appearance. A lot of things are coming together. Letter T is coming through, letter I is coming through. So some of you might be working in IT, a person might be working in IT. Many people, and I'm seeing many stars, constellations are coming through. So it's going to be during a time when something is happening when we're talking about the stars. So something might be retrograding, there could be an eclipse, a partial eclipse of some sort. The stars are clearly visible, so it's happening on a clear day. For some of you, it's things that have to do with baby shower, with because they're showing me a stroller. Interesting. For some of you, what I'm getting is a baby shower. Baby shower, or seeing a person whom you haven't seen for some time and they had a child. And you're kind of dressing up for that event, for that occasion. We have the seahorse. I forgot my toothpicks to move the wax around. Oh well. I'm seeing some sort of seahorse over here. This talks about family, things that are either related to your place of birth or actually related to, to your actual family or friends you consider family. A lot of people are coming from different directions. They're coming to talk over here. Maybe you're going to... hold on. Because I keep hearing a lot of people talk simultaneously. It's quite annoying. Tell me when this could be happening. Again, letter T is coming through. I'm getting Tuesdays and Thursdays. For some of you guys, if it's resonating 1,001%, it could be literally tomorrow or next Tuesday or Thursday. For some of you, if you're going to a baby shower, if you're going to see a pregnant, girlfriend, sister. For some of you, it's so close, you can almost feel it, a lot of warmth. If you wanted a place with a fireplace, and they're telling me that you're going to get it. For some of you, I'm seeing 8 weeks. 8 weeks, and they keep on showing me strollers, people that are riding bikes over here, teaching somebody how to ride a bike. It has this family atmosphere. This could also be talking about your memories as well. So maybe going to a place that you used to call home, or you spend a lot of time there. Loads of people, because they're saying loads of people have come and gone. Could be within the next 8 weeks, literally. It's quite close, but the energy that I'm getting over here is quite chaotic. Chaotic because of other people, chaotic maybe of having to travel somewhere, chaotic maybe of the energy of needing to get a lot of things at the same time, and needing to keep a lot of things in your head and not forget everything, it's quite interesting. Now this person could be your future spouse, could be somebody who rides motorbikes, jet skis, snowmobiles even, but there's something about riding and liking the speed, liking the energy of control. Could even be horseback riding for some of you, but I am getting this silhouette of someone on top of something riding it. Might be a hobby, it kind of feels like they do have a car as well. And by the way, your future spouse is quite well off. Quite well off. I want to say sometimes with extravagant hobbies. Could be skydiving, a little bit of a daredevil energy that's coming through. Maybe interested in Formula One, interested in even monster trucks, they're saying, for some reason. Okay, I'm getting something that has to do with sheep. They're giving me an outline of sheep. Your person could be having wavy or curly hair. This could also be you. But there's a lot of softness and a lot of warmth. You might, for whatever reason, they're telling me, when you're going to get married, when you're going to fall in love with each other, you could be somebody who always gets cold. Yeah. When you've got your freezing feet, your freezing hands, and you're always cold. There's something about the warmth that's coming through over here. And coziness and... Okay, I'm just going to say it. For some of you, you're actually going to have to deal with sheep in one way or another. I don't know if it's living on a farm, if this is your idea, living somewhere very remote and maybe having, sheep and goats and horses, cows. It's interesting. But for the majority of you, it's a little bit of a hint, somebody with wavy or curly hair that can be difficult to manage. But a very sweet and warm connection. So this person is going to keep you warm. Your hands, your feet, your heart, your relationship, a lot of fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that's coming through. And maybe even for some of you, you could come from a place, or your future spouse could come from a place where it gets really cold, where it snows, or the weather is just like, ooh, unwelcoming. Unwelcoming. Let's see what else they're going to say. If you want children, I'm actually seeing 3 children. For some of you, depending on the age, your person might already have a child. You might already have a child. But I'm seeing the possibility of 3 children. For some of you, they're going to be furry babies, because I know some of you don't want children. That's cool. But just know your person might have a child, depending on the age. I would say if they're over the age of 35 or 40, they most likely have a child over here. And I will tell you this is quite interesting that's coming through. Some of you think you don't want kids now, but with this person, you might change your mind only because you're going to feel safe, secure, and you're going to feel the love that you never felt before. The type of love that makes you reconsider a lot of things. So you're most likely going to be introduced to this person. I'm getting some sort of distance and variety of options. So this usually is an indication that you might end up moving, you might end up relocating, because first there were loads and loads and loads of possibilities, opportunities. You might be deciding where it is that you want to go, where you want to live. This person is very attractive, by the way. Very well off with a large family. Large family. We're talking cousins, second cousins, the cousin of a cousin. On your wedding day, there are going to be quite a few people, if you want to. Because here what I'm seeing is your future spouse, they're quite open. Quite open. They're not, they're quite flexible. And this is what I want to say. Quite flexible with, how things can be done. I wouldn't say that they're not too bothered, but there are certain things that they're very stubborn with. And other things they're very open-minded and very flexible with. Definitely considering a lot of things that are going to make you happy. This person might have something to do with clothes, either designing shops or manufacturing or import of some sort. Maybe an own brand or an owner of some brand that has something to do with clothes. Maybe merch, or working with merch of some sort. This could be materials, this could be like designing. Very nice voice, calm. Cool, calm, collected. I don't know if you can see, but they're showing me a dog over here, so I want to say quite loyal. Incredibly loyal. I want to say, you're going to look quite similar. This is interesting because they're showing me your outline. So I'm not seeing a big difference in height. I'm not seeing a big difference in maybe body type. Like the masculine is going to be obviously a little bit bigger, but I'm not seeing a big difference. And I'm also not seeing a big difference in age. I like how you're walking hand in hand over here and you're looking at one another. Once more, it's an indication of loyalty, of only having eyes for you. And I was talking about the 3 kids over here. For some of you, it might even be 4. How interesting. Yeah. But the 3 ones, they're kind of, yeah, floating. Floating is a possibility, for sure. 1 boy, 2 girls. Physical attraction, straight away. Both of you, you're going to change during this relationship physically. Might end up going to the gym, might end up changing your style. There's something about exploration that's coming through over here. I would say you would change more than your partner. But those are not the changes that you feel that you need to do in order to be pretty or loved or whatever. No, those are the changes that are going to come naturally. I want to say when you feel safe to explore yourself and explore what you want, this is what it's about. You're going to feel incredibly safe with this person. Safe to open up, to talk about your dreams, to goof around, to be serious, to talk about your fears as well. This is quite interesting. Letter B is also coming through. Overall, I'm getting somebody who's quite balanced. And guys, I keep getting farm animals. Like I keep getting chickens, I keep getting sheep, cows, dogs. Maybe for some of you, you know, this is what you want. And this is exactly what you're going to get. Because this is a general reading, you know. It could also be that you end up living in a skyscraper somewhere, but for the majority of you, what I'm getting is very grounded, down to earth, animals. I don't know, I'm getting organic things. It's quite interesting. Strong connection to earth, picnics, things that are natural. Even if you do end up living in a skyscraper somewhere in a block of apartments, I do still see a lot of time spent out in the nature, whenever possible. A lot of warmth, a lot of passion, a lot of desire that's coming through in your reading. My lovely option number 1. They keep on giving me, look at those 3 children. 3 or maybe even 4. It's amazing. A soul wants to be born. A soul wants to be brought into this world. It's like for some of you, I feel, you know, you could have a child already. And this person might have a child already, and you might have a mutual child over here. Like I said, it's not going to resonate with everybody. But I definitely see, you know, that for a lot of you, you're going to change your mind with this person. Because you will experience the love that activates your everything. Your mother instinct, your father instinct, your desire to reproduce, your desire to have a new experience. Your desire, like you have so much love and you will want to give it. And so will your partner. By the way, there's some sort of family portrait, family tree that I'm seeing. I'm not getting it a lot in this reading, guys, I'm going to be honest. That this is going to be somebody foreign or this is going to be somebody who lives in a different country. For some of you, maybe-ish. You know, in some readings, I can see straight away, this is going to be a foreigner, this is going to be a long distance. No, here, no. Because I'm seeing a lot of similarities, I'm seeing understanding of each other's culture. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same country, but the cultures are quite different. Anyways, what I was saying about the family tree over here before I got distracted is that your spiritual team and their spiritual team are going to bring you together because there's something that needs to be brought together in order to activate something in the bloodline. So it's a little bit kind of like a mission that you're going to have, a very pleasant mission, to create something with love and something very stable. It's very sweet. I keep on getting this energy of sweethearts. And they're showing me the tree, and you know how on the tree you put the initials, like A and N, for example, and you put the heart around it. This is what they're showing me. It's very sweet. Maybe you guys like that sort of, movies where this scene is being shown, or maybe you've seen it lately somewhere, like someone's initials carved into a tree trunk, or maybe on the bench somewhere. And they're also showing me a lock. And the lock, again, it's a tradition in some countries when people get married. They go to a place that holds special meaning, where they can take pictures or whatever, and has a special energy. And they put a lock with their initials, excuse me, to signify that this union is locked. This union is good. This union is energetically together. And it's going to be long-lasting. For some of you, you might even go to church to get married, to get engaged. There's something about a very spiritual place. It's as if, there's going to be a blessing from above. And you might even see during the time when you're going to be, I want to say coming together, you might see some sort of ray, like a random ray of sunlight coming down on you. Or you might see double rainbow, or you might see some sort of butterfly or a rare flower. There's going to be some sort of sign with this particular person. They keep on giving me trees. Something long term. You know how the trees, they become stronger and they grow into the two directions. The roots are going into the ground, and the branches, the leaves, are aiming towards the sky. And it's that sort of energy where you're growing both internally and externally. Things are changing. Multiplying, bringing fruits. I hear a lot of laughter. Laughter and eye rolling, but like the good-natured eye rolling, not the annoyed eye rolling. And you're going to look at this person, at this partner, at the love of your life, and you'll be like, how the hell did I even date or tolerate the people before? The people that were shitty to me. And your future spouse right now is coming through and saying, I know it's hard to believe. I know it's hard to believe that what's being said is even a possibility. Because every time you brought your heart out on a platter to somebody who, instead of taking care of it, just cut it in half and ate it and then threw it away. And what's worse, that motherfucker didn't like it either. Yeah, they made that face like, what is this? What is this? So here, your future spouse is saying, listen, I'm going to protect your heart. Your heart is always going to be whole. None of that taking it out or whatever. No. Why? It's quite interesting because your future spouse is kind of saying, what's yours is mine. What's mine is yours, including the heart, including the pain. So your future spouse is kind of laughing and saying, listen, why would I want to hurt myself by hurting you? It's that sort of energy. And you feel incredibly safe with this person. And I tell you that there's not going to be any drama. I do see, honestly, let's be honest, option number one, sometimes you'll be tempted to create that drama just to see what's up, just to see how far you can take it. But your future spouse is not going to get into that energy with you. It's as if they'll know exactly how to handle you when you're stressing out, when you're scared, when one of the commitment issues comes through. They'll know how to handle it in a way that works for you. Both of you, I mean. Not just you, but him or her as well. It's as if this person is coming in to break a particular pattern and to show you that life and relationships and love can be completely different. It can feel safe, it can feel secure, and loyal. Loyal to you, loyal to his choices, loyal to love. Let me see if there's anything else. You might have a bigger nose, guys. I don't know. This just keep giving me this energy of maybe a slightly bigger nose. You might have a golden retriever. They might have a golden retriever. And I know it might sound like maybe extra sugar-coated or whatever, but the point over here, let me tell you this, and this is important, is that both of you have gone through so much shit and through so much drama, and why not create something beautiful? Why not create something that's sweet? Why not create something that's warm, something that's cozy, even if others are going to say that, oh, this is, oh, for sure, whatever. No. I'll tell you this. Your relationship is not going to be for show, but it will show a lot of people what a relationship can be when it's based on love of two very loving people. And like I said, for a lot of you, I am seeing children. Yeah, I am seeing children. Actual children, furry babies. If you can't have children, it's a whole different story. But some of you might choose to adopt, you might choose to become foster parents. Trust me, your idea of giving and receiving love and relationship dynamic will change with that person. All right, my lovely option number one. That's what I have for you, my darlings. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're up for a personal read, all you have to do is send me an email. The email's in the description box below this reading. And I'll send you a list of readings that I do together with prices, so on and so forth. Don't forget to check my Patreon page out, over 200 exclusive videos, additional discounts, and much, much more. All right, my darlings, take care. Bye. My lovely option number two. And welcome to your reading, guys. Get comfy. Let's do a little bit of an energy check-in so we can make sure that you chose the right option. Okay, straight away they're asking me to tell you that it's okay to forget things. It's okay that you've been a little bit scattered lately, scattered energy, maybe hyper-focusing on something at this particular moment. The Chariot. wanting to leave, wanting to have a win, wanting to have some sort of progress. Ooh, determination. Determination is here. Okay, so what I'm saying for you, my darlings, is that you seem to be someone with a lot of leadership qualities. Even unintentionally, if you go into this new group of friends or group of people, your leadership qualities, they come through. A lot of people look up to you over here. You might be in a position of authority. And okay, saying that, a lot of people look up to you, but also a lot of people, they are envious of you. They try to question you. Quite a few of you, what I'm seeing is that you're relocating or you've relocated. You might even find yourself next to some sort of building site, or your neighbors are doing some sort of noisy work. Maybe you yourself, you're doing some noisy work. Okay. A lot of travel that's coming through over here. Might be somebody who works for yourself. If you don't work for yourself, there's this energy of abundance, or doing what you need to do in order to create abundance. So for you, it's quite important to be comfortable. Circles might be a big thing for you. You might be seeing a lot of circles. You might be drawn to circles. You might be drawn to things that are round, smooth, no edges. You might have had some ritual done with a protective magic. And overall, I'm being very drawn to that compass. That's also quite round. And there's just this energy of being guided as if by some sort of external force. And you're waiting. Number 10 is important, 11, 12. You might have been seeing a lot of 2s, 1s, 7s. You might have been born on the 7th. It does feel like you know more than just one language. You're quite chill. I mean, when you need to, you can get into some sort of heated discussion, but overall, what I'm seeing with the energy of the world, with the energy of peace, that you try to find a peaceful resolution. But there's something about the sun, and there's something about maybe you're creating some sort of ring, or you're wearing some sort of jewelry, or some sort of sigil, something in a circle, guys. Something round. Might even be a particular ring, a ring that means something to you that's round. Or has something round on it, like a stone. You're planning something right now. You have a plan. So you're a man or a woman with a plan. And you're creating something. This is interesting. Look at this. Like you're writing things down, maybe, not to forget them. But you're creating some sort of strategy. And that strategy might not be as clear. It might not be the 5-year plan that you were expecting. Yeah, because things keep on changing and there are loads of variables. Yeah, look, it does talk so much about moving forwards, leaving, traveling, going somewhere. International connection of some sort. You take some time out, you rest, and then you march on. You could be also somebody, who travels a lot. Maybe your job has something to do with traveling a lot. But you don't give up. A lot of you, what I'm seeing, my lovely option number 2, is that you were bullied when you were little. You grew up most likely in a hostile environment. And I'm seeing that you were left alone to fend for yourself. You weren't protected. You didn't feel safe anyways. So you learned to protect yourself as much as you could. as much as you could. Also, what I'm seeing is an interesting aspect of you, and you have this entrepreneurial vibe within you. And maybe even when you were little, you were selling, apples, maybe. You were selling something. You were already thinking about how to maybe sell something, how to create money, how to hustle. Have a very bright energy that's misunderstood by a lot of people. A lot of people like to try and dim your light, especially when it comes to work. Maybe somebody has been trying to talk you out of a particular career, because over here what I'm seeing is that you guys are amazing at what you do. And a lot of people, they seem to have an issue with you being you. And to you it makes no sense. You're like, what the hell, just leave me alone, let me do my thing. But a lot of people, they challenge you. They men, women, for whatever reason, you're just like, I'm doing my thing, let me be. A lot of people challenge you. Might look younger than you actually are. And when you were younger, maybe even now, up until some point in your life, a lot of people try to take advantage of you. Literally. Even the people that were quite close to you, some people were trying to scam you, some people were trying to play with your feelings, play with your emotions, bend the truth. The devil, the Ten of Cups. It's quite interesting. You want a relationship. You're ready for a relationship, but there's also the card of the devil that came through that gives an indication of having a bad aftertaste when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love. Maybe some of you were already in a marriage, in a long-term relationship, and it ended up with cheating. It ended up with lies. It ended up with, it ended up quite shitty. It broke you into a million little pieces. Quite possibly you were left alone. You were left by yourself. A lot of disappointment. So it's kind of like you do want a relationship, but at the same time, you definitely don't want the type of relationship you had in the past. That's for sure. The more mature you became, the more you understood how people don't want to take responsibility for their actions, for their behavior, for their emotional disconnect. It's quite difficult for you right now to connect with other people because you've ascended, you now see things from a different perspective. And sometimes it's easier for you to just either be by yourself or handle things by yourself, because you've experienced a lot of people who are unreliable. And the more mature you get, the more lonely you get, because you're like, what the hell? The stronger you build yourself, the more you're like, is there just anybody out there for me, Because you're not dealing with somebody who's in the energy of trying to manipulate you. Especially if you're a woman, you're saying like, I know I can do everything by myself, but you want a partner who's not going to let you do everything by yourself. Because quite possibly before you were in a relationship where you were like, yes, I can do everything by myself, and the other person was just letting you do it. And the other person was just manipulating you. Okay, if that sounds like you, my darlings, keep on watching. Because now we're going to take a look at who you're going to marry. Let me just make sure that this is nice and in the center. Yes. All right, as much as possible, try not to think about anything or anyone. Who will you marry? Great. Okay, something with the color yellow that's coming through straight away. You're most likely to meet this person during an autumn season, September, October, November. Some sort of fairies wheel. Again, the wheel of fortune is coming through. In the center. Being brought from different directions, the fates are definitely going to step into this situation. So I have number 3 that's coming through over here. It's interesting. In today's readings, I'm getting an energy that's coming in quite fast, you know? So for some of you, this is the energy of within the next 3 months. For some of you, it's the energy of within the next 3 weeks. The maximum that I'm getting over here is 5 months. This is the maximum. Because some of you, your thoughts are going to slow you down with a little tortoise. And they keep showing me a map, guys. They keep showing me a map. They keep showing me exploration. A map where you're driving. For some of you, you're flying. And you know, like on some airplanes, you can see the screen and you can see where you are. And you're flying over. Like they keep on showing me the terrain. Okay, so I'm getting letter L. And this could be your name, or this could be the name of the person. Also, it does feel a little bit like the boot of Italy. So for some of you, you guys could be Italian, or you could be meeting an Italian partner, or you could be meeting in Italy. A person is going to love you so much. You will find it difficult to speak to this person for whatever reason, because my throat is literally closing up. And especially, you know, if you're the talkative one, usually it will be difficult for you. But it's going to be as if you don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to communicate with this person. Let me see if it's because of the language barrier or is it something else? No, it's not so much for the language barrier, although for some of you it could be that at the beginning, this person, it kind of feels like this person might have a thick accent. But also what I'm hearing is that this person is going to talk in such a way, and it's going to be so interesting. This person is a storyteller. You know, that archetype of a storyteller, of somebody who knows how to build a story, how to, okay, this might sound a little bit dirty, how to get you to climax, but you know, yes, it goes both ways over here. But there's something over here, guys. Honestly, this person, when he or she talks, you want to listen. They make a story interesting. They have a lot of interesting things to say. And you don't have to feel like you're carrying the conversation. And because this person is going to be quite different, it will take you a while to process the new information. You might be meeting while traveling over here. either by car, either by plane. They keep on showing me getting directions. This person, for whatever reason, they're telling me, for some of you, and this is going to be an additional hint, this person has been in a horrible car crash, and it might even be that they have, like, they had to be in a wheelchair for some time, and a lot of people didn't even think that this person is going to walk again. It's quite interesting, because what I'm getting is somebody who is very physically strong, mentally strong, who doesn't give up. And as a matter of fact, when somebody tells them that they can't do something, well, they take it as a challenge. Not in a bad way, but if somebody tells you you're never going to walk again, they're like, you know what, screw this. I'll show you. And they did show them, because what I'm seeing, is that, again, for some time, this person has been limited, couldn't get up, couldn't do whatever it is that they needed to do to feel free. But this person's desire to be free and to be, I want to say, independent, is amazing. The true strength of spirit, the true strength of character is being shown over here. Now, this person, they can only love one person at a time. I don't think this person ever cheated in their life, ever. They don't understand the concept of it. They're like, this is my choice. And funny enough, pretty much all of the relationships that this person has been, and it's not a lot of relationships, I will tell you this, they loved the person a lot. And they never ever cheated. Ever. They're just not like that. They're not built like that. They don't understand. They're like, okay, this is my choice. I respect it. I'm loyal. But they were cheated on, for sure. They were cheated on, for sure. Now, before this person meets you, it's going to be hard for them to settle down in one place. Again, it could be because of their work, it could be because of their love of freedom, love of whatever. But and then when I say freedom, I don't mean freedom from relationships. I mean freedom to kind of be spontaneous and open to go wherever it is that they want to go, to do whatever it is that they want to do. So I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not seeing somebody who works 9 to 5. No. This is somebody who either works for themselves, or they're an independent advisor of some sort, or they can work remotely. This could be IT, this could be consultation, this could be loads of other things. I'm seeing, that there could be an investment of some sort, a very good investment that this person made at one point or another. Either maybe in cryptocurrency, either in something that has to do with gold, or it has to do with other precious metals. This could also be an indication of, I want to say, generational wealth for some of you. Yeah, businesses that work for this particular person. Passive income, semi-passive income. This could also be from properties. This person is fine for money. Definitely fine for money, for sure. Letter M is coming through. A is coming through. Very upbeat and charming personality. You will find them very attractive. Might bring out darker sides to you. Might be getting jealous, a little bit possessive. A little bit, yeah? But because you're going to realize that the person of that sort is so rare. Good looking, wealthy, I want to also say humble, but does have a very competitive side. But competitive, it comes out in sports, it comes out, this person might be into football, this person might be into basketball, this person might be into tennis, because I'm seeing like a large variety of certain sports and hobbies that are coming through. And they kind of let out their competitive side there. And they're asking me to let you know, to like literally say, I'm always going to be on your team, baby. I'm always going to be on your team. It's beautiful. I wouldn't say that this person takes life too seriously. When he needs to be or she needs to be serious, they get into that serious mode. But most of the time, they try not to sweat the small stuff. So if you take their car and you scratch it or whatever, they'll be like, whatever, as long as you're okay. I'm saying that this person reads quite a few things, reads, highlights certain things. Active. But it's kind of like a lifestyle that this person has. You know, different places, different faces. But in all honesty, if we were to look really deep down, this person is kind of confessing to us and saying, look, it's sometimes I need to keep on moving in order not to feel the loneliness, because when you meet this person is going to be alone. They're not going to be married. They're not going to be missing their ex. No, not at all. And this person is going to be alone. So for them to cope with their loneliness, they travel a lot, they do a lot of things. And when I say loneliness, it doesn't mean that this person doesn't have friends or whatever, but I'm talking about, the family. Because there was a time in this person's life when they thought that they can replace love and family, because they got quite disappointed with it. They can replace love and family with work, with travel, with money, but no. Love cannot be replaced with anything. Love has its own space, and the space for love can be only filled with love. No other way around. And a lot of people were telling him or her that, or whatever, just be yourself, just kind of stick with yourself. You don't really need relationships, blah, blah, blah. But this person thought, no. As a matter of fact, I do need love, I do need relationships. And this person sees value in it. So I'm definitely not seeing this person being someone who asks, what do you bring to the table? This person knows what they can give in a relationship. This person knows what they want to be given in a relationship. And they're just on the lookout for somebody who fits. And it's going to be you. And it's going to be, I want to say, without a shadow of a doubt, a very good fit. And they're not going to ask you for something that you don't have. And with you as well. You're not going to ask this person for something that they don't have. You will see what they do have. You'll be like, yeah, that's what I need. That's what I like. And that's what makes me happy and fulfilled. Even the relationship dynamic is going to be built on very similar or same love languages. If it's touch for you, if it's time for you, it's going to be the same for your partner. The priorities. And they're showing a lot of beautiful places, like you taking pictures in different places. So I'm guessing for some time there's going to be this energy of traveling together and creating memories, creating the family archive, filming one another, being goofy with one another. It's quite interesting. And the wedding is going to be beautiful. The wedding is going to be quite unique. If you see the arch, you see the two of you over here, and I'm seeing that this is something, it's either hot air balloons or something. This could be doves as well, but there's something about an open sky, something in the sky as a symbol. And literally this could be a rainbow as well. But the wedding is absolutely stunning over here. I'm not seeing that this person has children, you know? In option number one, it came through straight away with you. I'm not seeing that this person has children. I'm not going to go too much into it. They're giving me the black wax, so it could be, you know, things that have to do with maybe their previous partner not being able to conceive. This could be like, you know, a pregnancy that didn't go all the way. But there's some sort of darkness there. We're not going to go there. But what I'm saying, this person does not have children. But they have the money, they have the freedom, and they have the desire to start the family. This person is most likely going to be taller than you are. Yeah, if we're talking about men. The man over here is taller. Okay, guys, you know me, I have to mention it has a nice butt. Nice butt. You're going to love it. It is what it is. Okay. Loads of kinky stuff that's coming through over here. I don't know if I'm okay to say this on YouTube, but this is going to be, you know, when we're talking about physical intimacy, it's quite kinky, it's fun, it is refreshing, and it's different. Believe it or not, I'm not seeing you being given the reasons to cry. If only from happiness or whatever. I know it sounds too good to be true, guys, but honestly, I'm not seeing like big drama. I'm not seeing you being given a reason to feel sad by this person. There are going to be other reasons to be sad, don't worry. But when it comes to this relationship, I don't see any cheating. I don't see this emotional distance or whatever. Yes, there are going to be some more difficult times than others. But what I'm seeing is communication. And the only reason why you might be upset, like the more dominant reason, so to speak, it could be because of that distance. Because it's quite possible that there is going to be distance between the two of you, and it will take some time to kind of figure things out. Who needs to go where? How are you going to live? Where are you going to live? Then I'm getting a bear outline. Bears are protective. Bears are nice and cuddly, but they can also rip whoever tries to hurt you into pieces. There's something about eyes. I'm seeing a lot of like goofy pictures, guys, honestly. Like you dressing up, you know, for Halloween. You kind of like, you know, those good-hearted pranks maybe that you want to play on one another. If you're into that sort of thing, there's loads of like surprises. I'm seeing the two of you look into each other's eyes and just wonder, are we still alive? Is this real? Because you will feel so happy and safe. And your intrusive thoughts are going to come through and be like, okay, this is too good to be true. And you will try, I'm going to be honest with you guys, there's going to be a period where you're going to try and find fault with this particular person, with your relationship, with whatnot, but you won't succeed. You really won't. Your coping mechanism is going to kick in. Your coping mechanisms will try to push you towards a different relationship dynamic. The one that you know, but wasn't giving you happiness. It's not going to work. This relationship is meant to be different. And I'm going to be honest with you again, guys. You will see a lot of things about yourself that you might not like. And what I mean by that is that you're going to see how you're trying to sabotage yourself, or you're trying to sabotage a relationship. But with this person, you're going to be willing to, again, face those things and work through them. Because it's important to also see how you are, self-sabotaging, how you are hurting yourself, how, the things that you tell yourself. And here what I'm getting is a message for you. Don't be afraid to be loved. Don't be afraid to be seen. At your shittiest, at your most vulnerable. Don't be afraid to be seen. The right person is not going to judge you. Kind of feels like previous partners, they were like vultures. Or maybe even friends and family. When you're down on the ground, when you're struggling, when you feel like you're going to, like you're not going to get up anymore, instead of helping you, those people, they were like vultures. They were picking at you. They were blaming you. They were using your pain against you. Not this person. No, 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 no. No. By the way, on a completely random note, there's something about the shoes. Like this person might have very cool shoes, very interesting shoes, especially if it's a woman, yeah? She might have very unique shoes, but even if it's a guy, there's something about the shoes, the quality, the color, the material, the cut, I don't know, you know what I mean, the design. They're showing me later on in life, this person, your partner, they're so cool, they're so chill. They're never letting you go, Never. Even if for some of you, I'm doing this reading and you might be like, okay, Blush Lily, if I'm completely honest, I do have this attachment, like avoidant attachment now. Because before it was anxious attachment and now I went into avoidant attachment. This person is not letting you go. You are going to work together with this person to deal through all of the things that were stopping you from creating a beautiful life for yourself. Rubs off quite nicely on you. And you will be together until the very end. Because I'm seeing you old now. I'm seeing you old and you're still, cooking pancakes and you're still kind of dancing in the kitchen. Someone is calling somebody an old fart, but in a very loving way. In a very loving way. And again, you look at one another and you realize how lucky you are to have met. When the both of you almost lost hope that there's love out there. I don't know if you guys want children, or maybe if you don't want more children, but what I'm not seeing is, for some of you, I'm going to be honest, it's child-free marriage over here for some of you. For others of you, it depends. But that energy of children didn't come through too strongly. Okay, let me see what else comes through. Anything else that I need to mention? Might have 2 dogs over here. 2 dogs, 2 cats. Safe, protected. Cancer energy is coming through very strongly. You did this in a previous life. This is interesting. They're showing me meditations together. I don't know if you guys are going to get whatever it is that you're going to get. Again, this is YouTube, not everything that I can say. But anyways, they're showing me some sort of like sharing a vision. But you know that vision when you were like, when you did something or you're meditating together or whatever, and you kind of share the vision. Because they're showing me, like nice space, beautiful galaxy, universe sort of thing that's going on. And the two of you kind of here. This person is going to make you smile a lot. They keep on giving me smiley faces. Good sense of humor. I keep hearing you giggling. You're giggling, you're laughing, sometimes to the point where your stomach hurts and you're like, stop it. And he's like, that's okay, we're already together. You don't have to pretend that my jokes are funny. And you're like, no, you're actually funny, damn it. And there's, again, I kind of feel like this person is going to read to you or tell you stories. There's something about you wanting to hear this person's voice over and over and again. Kind of like a comedian, but a very your own personal comedian. Let's put it that way. But a beautiful smile. All right, my lovely option number 2. That's what I see for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you're up for a personal one, all you have to do is send me an email. The email is in the description box below all of my readings. Don't forget about Patreon. Patreon has over 200 exclusive videos, additional discounts, and much, much more. So make sure to check it out. All right, my darlings, take care now. Bye.